Hey guys, Kendra here. I'm currently in Kansas visiting some family. So, for my live encounter, I went to the Wichita Art Museum. So, this is, of course, an art museum. So, they had a lot of art, paintings, drawings. They had sculptures like copper, brass, glass, everything you can imagine. It had some really nice things, and I really enjoyed it. So, the first thing I saw when I walked up the stairs to go towards the exhibits was something called the Chinuli Bridge. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a bridge, and they require you to take your shoes off and leave everything on a bench. Like, of course, you can have your purse on you, and you get to walk across this bridge, and it's all glass, so you can see right down, and there's a bunch of different glass pieces sculpted in different shapes, and they're all just kind of piled and packed in there. And to me personally, it kind of looked like they were just kind of like, oh, here's another one, just throw it in, because they were so not, I don't want to say not organized, but it definitely didn't seem like it was something like, oh, I really need this piece to go right here. It turns the whole thing around. Next thing I saw when I got off the bridge and put my shoes and everything back on was this big glass sculpture hanging from the ceiling. And I had a cousin with me who had been to the museum before, and she says that it weighs a lot. I didn't get the exact weight of it, but it was pretty huge and it was really pretty. And it's over top of just this plain empty area, and people actually have like wedding receptions there, and when it's like really dark it lights up, and it's so pretty. I'll also insert pictures of it. Yeah. Now on to paintings. There's this large exhibit of them. They actually had a lot of paintings from the 1930s, which I found really cool because, they're older, so they have like, I don't know, an older feel to them. One painting that I really liked is called Kansas Cornfield, and it's by John Stuart Curry, and it was painted in 1933. I'm going to insert a picture after this clip, but the way they had it positioned at the museum, because the painting is actually pretty large, I don't have the exact dimensions, but they had it lifted high enough up onto the wall where when you're standing right in front of it looking dead at it, you felt like you were in a cornfield. Like, the painting's very large, and then how they had it positioned, you felt like you were in the middle of a corn maze. That really kind of touched my heart per se was one called The Homesteader by N.C. Wyeth, I think that's how you say it, and it was painted in 1930, and it depicts a woman standing on top of a hill by a tree on a farm with a couple cows in the distance, but she's all by herself. And I didn't notice this at first until after I read the description. Um, but when you look closer at it, she's kind of standing next to this patch of dirt with flowers around it. And she actually had just buried her husband, and she is standing there and she feels lonely. And she's all alone in the middle of nowhere because she's in the middle of Kansas somewhere, and Kansas is honestly no man's land. But it was more abstract, and the lines in it were very good. You could see so many different things depending on how you looked at it. And personally, when I looked at it, I saw elephants, but that's not what it was. It's called Horses, and it was painted in 1916 by Hugo Robus, and it's called Horses because he was especially proud of his artistic accomplishment. And there's overlapping colors and shapes that synthesize the motion and shape of horses into one robust visual statement, is what the description said. And I looked at the photo, well, not the photo, I looked at the painting, and then I looked at the description, and I could still not see horses. I mean, maybe y'all might see horses, but I personally didn't see horses, but I liked it. It was really colorful, and I just liked the geometric aspect of it. All in all, I had a great time at the Wichita Art Museum. There was so many great paintings and sculptures, and I would totally go back just for fun. And it was a wonderful time. I really enjoyed the paintings and the different types there were. There were some very old ones, there were some rich in texture, there were some that were very geometric or abstract, and you kind of looked at them like, and then there are some that you can kind of look at and tell the story before you even read the description. And I like those a lot just because I can connect with them a